Hello, folks. Today is Tuesday, November 18, 2025, and we're up $5 today. We didn't trade yesterday. We felt the market was not conducive to our liking, so we took the day off and slept in till noon. But today we decided to come back and, of course, try to keep our nails sharp because, as you'll see, you're bound to lose. And when you lose, you're going to cry. So if you don't want to do that, get professional financial advice, trade on the simulator, and make sure that you are fully ready. Most important thing, the psychological point of view. Make sure you got your discipline straight on. So today, our P&L, as you can see there, we went up $3.25, then down 26 to wind up 5.8 dollars after recovery. Here's our trades. Only one symbol, CANF, and 4,000 shares traded there for a loss of $10. And I wanted to show the executions here. We started out with 500 shares and then sold some, bought some, sold some, etc. And there you can see our monthly now is up to $53. We got another green day. And our average, look at that, 40% winning average only. But we still came out on top because of the $13 average win as opposed to the 60% losing of only a few dollars. So this video is sped up 300% to spare you the long drawn out video. So I woke up at 4 a.m. and looked at the mobile, and there were two stocks. CANF was at around 53 cents and Lobo was down around the 44, I think. And I decided to jump in and buy both of those. If you like our videos, like and subscribe, totally free. Cost absolutely nothing to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe so that the algo can push out to more folks. So I bought 240 shares of CANF, or 200 shares, sorry, of CANF. And I was holding them since about 4:15, 4:12, I think. And it's now obviously 4:58 there with the clock moving very rapidly. I couldn't trade Lobo. I know that's a good mover, and in the past I made money out of it. And Lobo finally kicked up to 60 cents before selling off. Would have been a nice $30 win, but it didn't happen. So in the meantime, we're holding this can and kicking it around. And as you'll see here, it's almost 5 a.m. now on Pacific Coast, and we've been holding it since about 4:12. So it's like a 45-minute hold. I picked the stock because I thought the news, the fact that it had news, not the content of the news at all. I didn't even read the content of the news. But I felt that the news would kick it up, and the fact that it was holding at 53 cents around 4 a.m. Made it attractive for me. I know it had moved up already a little bit from 36 cents, I think, but I expected it to do well and do better in pre-market and certainly out in the open. Now, as we look at the market, and I moved stuff around a little bit. Hopefully, it's still visible, the charts, the active trader, and the watch list. And you can see there the market with the VIX loading up to $23, almost 24 there, and the SPY selling off, and NVIDIA down to 184, Oklo below 100 to 93, and even Apple taking a $4 drawback. So we just didn't feel like there was anything much else, so we're going to decide to hold this one. And as it turns out, it came back to BWAP. It built that nice little belly that I like, and we just held it. And it wasn't on faith, and it wasn't on hope. It was just on instinct that we thought that it would go up. But as you can see there, we held it through all those red lines on the 5-minute, and eventually we started to make a little bit of money and we go positive on it finally. And I sold 100 off because I didn't wanted to just jackknife down and then make it worse. I should have sold there, but I thought it had a chance to go to 60. As it turns out, the resistance was between 58 and 61 cents. Heavy resistance there. I did not see that heavy resistance on the daily chart. And even when I marked my lines there, you can see that none of them are marked red or orange or anything, or even cyan for the upside. I was expecting it had room to go. And oh well, didn't happen. So we have an opportunity to get out with a little bit of money on something that we were almost down $30, but we held it through. And then finally, we make the hard choice and we decide to go. So this trade looked like, to make money, you had to buy it like a down 52 and sell it at 57. It was a 4-cent spread there, and that's what the play should have been. I didn't get on that until after the fact, but that's why we're here. We're here to learn. And you're losing is part of the tuition, with stock market. I saw that on someone's chat. I didn't trade yesterday though. I saw some folks made a little nice amount of money, so kudos to you. But yeah, it just didn't look that well for me. It didn't look well this morning either. So we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. And like I said, I check the stock market either at around 2:30 in the morning if I wake up, or at 4. And then if all I see is stocks under $1, then I know it's going to be a little difficult. And I think volume is down. I think the banks, the hedge fund managers are not jumping in, and folks probably traveling early for next week's holiday, and going into next week, we're probably going to expect a holiday. And of course, we've got earnings. Home Depot already said they expect things to go down, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Nvidia does. I was thinking of taking an Nvidia option that expires on Friday to the upside, but you know what? It's just too risky. If I didn't trade yesterday, why should I risk anything? I'm looking forward to when the market gets bullish again. And for right now, what we have to do, what everybody should be doing, is not thinking so much about positive wins, but small wins, and risk management. This is what you want to work on right now. Because if you work on managing your risk, managing your discipline, and you do okay, even if you lose money, even if you lose a little bit of money, when the stock market does go bullish, then you'll be prepared and you'll be able to adapt a lot easier. So this video is only sped up 200%, but you can see that I wanted to show everything, and I wanted to show that what I call chandelier stock pattern. Went up, and you see the reversal, came back down, went back up, and now it's coming back down again. I'm sure there's a name for that pattern. I just haven't looked it up. I don't want to memorize bar chart patterns. My brain just doesn't have the capacity. Here, I thought that we were moving up, so and I'm early in on this one. I'm real early in on this one. I thought that it would bounce right off of the VWAP there, that it had an opportunity to kick up, and the fact that you see the light in the background of that chart going bluish and reddish. When it goes red, it means that the MACD is crossing below the signal line. When it goes blue, it means that the MACD is above the signal line. And actually, it was a good entry, and that's what I was talking about. That you buy right around 53, 54 cents, let it go up to 57 and sell. That's what I'm talking about. So if you can identify the trading channel of a stock, it doesn't matter whether it goes down or up. You just do that, and then you can make money. I could have gone in with a lot more shares there, and probably earned a lot more than $3.25. But oh well. And as it turns out, I think it went a little higher. It hit almost 60, I think. Yeah. So here it is now, 6:05, and now we're up $3.25 on it, and we're thinking that it's going to go back up again, and we buy high instead of waiting for it to come back down to 53. We bought high. So, and we went in this time with 500 shares, and we're looking for the upside up to 60 cents. But lo and behold, we should have, right here, we should have taken a look, and I didn't see this until afterwards. At the MACD down below, you could see the histogram was already pointing down. So I was looking at the chart, and I was looking at the EMAs pointing upwards when the histogram was headed down. So that was my bad. And I just didn't want to lose $10, which is stupid. Really, really stupid. Because right here I could have gotten out and it would have been okay. And then we go up and we have an opportunity to get out there, and we don't. We falter. And I think my thought here is trying to squeeze something out of the market that wasn't there, which I've already spoken in the past. You shouldn't try to do. And yeah, well, we all get FOMO, you know. Ooh, how did that happen? Active trader window expanded and covered up the chart. I have to fix that. Yeah, OBS is kind of finicky. I wish it could. It says it saves the profiles, but when you try to load the profile, since I'm using window capture to put all these windows together, you have to have Thinkorswim running, and then it loads up, and then it doesn't load the windows because it says, oh, this is a different window. It must be the naming scheme, an internal window name that Thinkorswim uses. Yeah, everything in Windows goes back to Windows 3.1 programming. You create a resource, and in a window you have to give it a name. And whatever software has been written by the programmers in Thinkorswim gives it a different name, as opposed to calling it a chart. They'll call it a chart and then the symbol that you're watching. I guess it makes it easier. So sorry about that. But you can see the main chart, the main 1 minute chart, which is what I'm using to trade. And so here, this video still sped up 300%. I wanted to spare you guys the 2-hour pre-market plays to earn $5. So here I of course, what did I do? I think I bought 500 more shares, thinking that, time to recover and move up. I'm in at 56, which is a little high. See there? We should have waited for 53. And it's the open market. You can't use the templates. That's a bummer. But there's a slight recovery. And yeah, there were other stocks that were moving up, but they didn't pan out. Other dollar stocks, and I looked at one. Which one was it? Hmm, I forget. And it had so much heavy resistance at $1.24. Even though it surpassed $1.24 to $1.30, it never went up higher. So one thing I must admit, I have gotten good at setting resistance levels and recognizing when a stock will certainly not go past a certain level. This stock I thought had an opportunity to go higher, and it may very well, during the day, it'll finally break that. But it appears that there's some type of hidden seller in there, and somebody's selling them up. It'll go up or it'll sell off, right? Oh yeah, sold off down to 43 cents. It's a biopharma with news. I think it was a low float, so should have done a lot better, and the bullish market would have been a lot better. It did seem like, excuse me, companies decided to put out news today as opposed to yesterday. Of course, I wasn't on yesterday, so I don't know how many symbols or tickers were putting out news. So here at 625, we're getting close to the market. So now I know I'm holding this, and I'm going to have to hold it, and probably till the open. So I held the other one for an hour, so holding this for half an hour is no big deal. And so I'm looking for a place where to put my stop of what I'm willing to lose. And here I made up my mind. Okay, I'm willing to risk $50. I'll lose $50. What the heck? XRP went below 221, below 220, which was my dip buy, but I think it can still go below. I think we'll have another downturn. It'll go below $2, and then I'll load up. So here we still continue to hold, and it's now 6:29. We're less than a minute away from the open. And we think that because it's a small price stock that it's going to move up. And I missed that 58 cents there. Could have gotten out with a couple of pennies and still got a big red bear bar there. And I think it's fighting. Somebody's selling. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. And I finally buy 1,000 more. Now I see it heading up. And I start selling off that way. If it does jackknife down, the hit won't be as bad. And here we set our top limit. Doesn't quite hit it. Oh, it does hit it. So we're left with 20 shares. And I do something stupid. I forgot I had these 20 shares. I was going to sell them, and I don't. and I go off looking at another stock, and then I come back and I say, "Oh shoot, I'm losing $8 on 20 shares." And you see me switching to other stocks, and I still go back to it, and oh yeah, I still got 20 shares. So I'm thinking maybe there has an opportunity here. But I flatten out. So I'm down $7.27 on the day. Yeah, that's the P&L says. But then it starts to go back up again. So I think I sold too soon. That's an interesting pattern. So this time I'm going to go in with a bracket order. And of course, 40 cents up, 10 cents down is a little bit drastic. I still need to fix I got to fix those templates. When I first started using Thinkorswim, I was setting them for 2 cents down and 10 cents up, and that was still too much. So I think right now in this market, 3 cents down and 5 to 7 cents up is about average. And you need to be ready to bring that 7 down to 5 or 4, and then you can take some money out. Remember, trading within the channel. So here I get taken out, and now it's worse, 1587. Luckily, I still get some cash. And we wait for it to up a little bit. Here we go. And yeah, this stock was interesting to trade. Nevertheless, it is important that you trade stocks like this, and that if you don't know how to trade, do it with one share. So here we're going to have a positive return. Thank you, folks, for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. And I couldn't go live today. Maybe we'll try tomorrow, but the market just isn't there. So enjoy the rest of your day. And here we go. Boom.